In this video, we'll prepare a 2023 Week 1 cash and GPP lineup on the main slate for Yahoo, and it's coming up next. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Lee with the Fantasy Football Consultants. Today, it's all about Yahoo. Now, we normally do not cover Yahoo on this channel because in previous seasons, those videos have not gotten as much views, but here is your opportunity. I know there's people out there that play Yahoo, and there's so little competition for that on YouTube. So if you like this content, here's your chance to let us know by liking the video, sharing your comments in the comment section about any Yahoo plays, or just the fact that you appreciate our Yahoo content. And if you haven't yet, smash the red subscribe button. All right, let's get right to the content. Week 1. If you're not familiar with the Yahoo scoring, it's a half PPR, and they give you a total budget of $200. It's interesting because on Yahoo, there are different bargains than there were for DraftKings and FanDuel. So let's get into it. We'll go ahead and start at quarterback. And man, you see Hurts and Fields at the top, but who's missing, folks? How about the guy who I believe in both FanDuel and DraftKings is the #1 salaried guy? Look, you got to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys to get Lamar Jackson, and I get an $11 discount on Jalen Hurts. Get me some Lamar Jackson at $29. Man, you gotta love the fact that the Ravens gave him some weapons this year. So they drafted in the first round Zay Flowers. They signed for $18 million, including incentives for Odell Beckham Jr. Mark Andrews is still here to be his safety valve. And of course, he gives you that tremendous rushing upside. And he's at home with a ridiculously high 27 implied total against the Houston Texans. Enough said. I love that we can get Lamar Jackson in our lineup for only $29. Let's move to running back. And we see the top flight guys, right? Not a big fan of Christian McCaffrey given his matchup and his price here. So I'm actually going to go down to the rookie sensation at 6 spots. Bijan's at $27. Man, he was just rising up the ADP for fantasy football season-long leagues. With this guy, he starts with a nice soft landing here at home. They are favored against the Carolina Panthers. So I think right off the bat, they're going to try to get him involved, and I like his $27 price. For our other running back, we're going to really save money because what do we want when we can get a running back? We want a guy who's suspected to be the bell cow. We want a guy who should get the goal line carries. We want a guy that is at home and he's favored and he's facing a below average defense. Ticking all those boxes for this guy. And look how far I get to go down for him. At only $18, give me Alexander Mattison. As you guys should all know by now, Dalvin Cook is gone, and it should appear that Alexander Mattison should just inherit his role. There's a question about his long-term ability to sustain that workload, so he's never has done that before, but we don't have to worry about that. This is NFL DFS. We're not signing him up for a season-long league. We're just getting him when he's super fresh. And in the past, when he is subbed in, being super fresh for Dalvin Cook, he has done very well. And so Alexander Mattison. All right. So because we save some money at running back, we can go hog wild at one of our wide receivers. And why not give the guy Justin Jefferson in the same game? What can you say about Justin Jefferson? He led all wide receivers in targets. He led all wide receivers in receptions. He led all wide receivers in yards. So he's the #1 wide receiver in all of football, and he's in a good matchup. Happy to get him in our lineup. I do realize I have to spend up for him, but not the maximum of $40. We get a $2 discount off the maximum, and we'll take it. All right, from Justin Jefferson, let's move on to a guy that gives us exposure into the game that I most want to have exposure to, which is the highest scoring game on the slate, the LA Chargers and the Miami Dolphins. And look how far I get to scroll for this guy. At only $18, we get the number one wide receiver, Keenan Allen. He is really priced up on DraftKings and FanDuel, but $18 is a bargain price here on Yahoo. Speaking of bargains, let's go way down. You just would not expect to go this far down to likely get a number one wide receiver on his team. It's Jahan Dotson. Now, I know Terry McLaurin is the number one wide receiver on Washington, but it appears that Terry McLaurin will not play. Even if he does play, Jahan Dotson is a good play. It just becomes a great play at $12 if McLaurin is out. All right, so let's move to tight end. And with Travis Kelce not on the main slate, and by the way, might not even play on Thursday, probably the best tight end in the land is Mark Andrews. So he has a questionable tag, so you want to obviously make sure that he plays. But if he plays, look, this lineup can really be both a cash lineup and a GPP lineup. Why? Because normally in cash, we don't like necessarily to stack unless we think that we're getting tremendous value. Well, guess what? Lamar Jackson at $29 and Mark Andrews at $26 is tremendous value. So I'm okay with this as a cash lineup. And you know what? I love it as a GPP lineup because we've got a stack. Now, you might say, should we run it back with Houston? Certainly fine, but as 10-point favorites, I don't know how much Houston's going to be able to put points on the board. So I am going to not run it back with someone on Houston. Instead, I am going to use my flex spot for $23 to get the now healthy Ken Walker III. All right, Ken Walker. We were worried about you because you got hurt in the preseason, but all is well now. And I know they have Zach Charbonnet now, and he's going to cede some carries to Zach Charbonnet and some in the passing attack. We don't know yet, but really goal line work might also go to Zach Charbonnet. But it's okay because Ken Walker is only $23. Ken Walker is at home. He's a big 5.5-point favorite. To be honest with you, they just announced that Cooper Kupp will not play, and I think that Seattle should even be more than a 5.5-point favorite with the Rams not having Cooper Kupp. So Walker can score from anywhere, including from 50, 60 yards out with that game-breaking speed and elusiveness that he has. So happy to get him in our lineup. That leaves just $10. So you would think that, gosh, that means that on Yahoo, we have to pay for a bottom basement defense. It's going to be terrible, right? Horrible. No, I cannot believe Yahoo has priced the Atlanta Falcons at only $10. That same Atlanta Falcons, who are at home, who are favored, who are facing a rookie quarterback in his very first game in Young. Look, the implied total for Carolina is less than 20 points. So I love this defense. I also love it because, once again, it's okay for cash because we're getting these guys, Bijan Robinson and Atlanta, at a tremendous value. But it's great in GPP. We have our second stack. When you put a running back and his own defense together, like we did with Bijan Robinson and the Atlanta Falcons, that is two correlated players. And if Atlanta gets ahead, which they are expected, they are favored, they are at home, could be good news for both Robinson and the Falcons. All right, everybody. Thanks for checking out our Yahoo content. Until next time, take care. We'll put on the screen our most recent DraftKings and FanDuel Week 1 shows.